Thank you.
Oh, do you have your active?
Oh. On Fuji? Yeah, it should be on there.
Okay, cool. Shit, that's right.
Give me a second. Where is it? Fuji. Am I active? Oh, why is it not? Why am I not logged in? Yeah, log in. Well, fuck's sake. Oh, is it gonna be sent to my email?
Okay,
Hold on.
I'm all set. You ready?
Yep, you got the reactive stuff up?
I'm about to, yeah.
Okay, just making sure, because I was trying to relog back into it just in case. And it's being all funky wonky. I am ready when you are.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first episode. Oh my god. Goddamn parent aggro. Sorry. Where was I? Oh yeah. Welcome to the first episode of the Guild Hall. I am your host Ryugami Setsuna, where I go in depth as much as I can with a VTuber on the scene. My first guest today is Goblicorn. Please introduce yourself.
Hello there. My name is TheGoblicorn. I am the Goblin Unicorn. I run a warpstone shop where I sell all kinds of magic items that involve warpstones that I purify myself.
Nice. So, with this show, we will go in depth as we can into our guests' lore, their goals, and whatever VTuber aspirations they have in mind. So, I think we'll open up with the first question I have. Tell us more about your lore,
Lore? Well,
if you
there's
have
a
any.
lot of it. Oh, I do. I haven't released most of it yet, but the basics are I end up somehow I ended up getting orphaned and eventually find a home and get put into the accidentally kind of get tricked into going into the warp, which is kind of like a gateway to hell in itself. And then from there, I'm asked to go and get warpstone, which I do. And then there's a series of events that happens afterwards where I am kidnapped and used to purify the warpstone for nefarious means. But after that, I find my way out and find my way to the shop. That's like the brief overview version.
Nice. So, with this workshop you manage,
Mm-hmm.
what would be the main thing that you create with this workshop?
I just random magic items and I'll sell the warpstone itself. My favorite little creation, I call it a health freshener.
A health freshener.
It's So imagine, excuse me, imagine kind of going on, your quest and you have health potions, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
fine. It's dandy. But, you're out of health potions. You're beaten up for the night. Or you just, you're in a stinky swamp. What do? Well, you have a health freshener. It not only restores your health, but keeps the air nice and clean.
Nice.
Takes a while. It
So,
doesn't, it's not a quick heal, but, it's nice.
it's more of like a aerosol that administers healing things, right?
Yeah, and it burns like incense, so it stays on for a while.
Fascinating. Um, what are the kinds of patrons you usually get to this workshop? Uh, you like serve like more lower level adventurers, maybe the mid high tier?
I get everybody. I mean, Warpstone's rare, and everyone wants it. And then you get, the Skaven, the Vermin. They come and steal it a lot of times.
Right,
I got a
right.
high supply, but they come and take it.
And you say you like deal with these warp stones. What exactly do warp stones do in your personal world? How rare would they be?
Well, from my world standpoint, you have to go through the portals to get them. Usually they're red and very volatile. So, like, how do I put it? Skaven like the green ones that are purified partially that you can get normally, but they're super rare. And the red ones are more common, but again, they're volatile. They're like think about handling nitroglycerin, but in a magic stone. And the reason mine are so valuable is because I can purify them just with them being around me. If I touch them, they turn green. If I don't touch them, they turn blue. The blue ones are better because they're even more stable.
Mm-hmm. So you have different tiers of warp stones that I would you could say that you said red was like the most rare, the most sought after, it's most stable, or is that blue?
Blue's the most stable. Red's the most volatile. That's the in its natural form.
Right.
Hmm?
So, interesting. You take you I assume you take a lot of pride in your craft. at creating all these magical items and warp stones. Uh,
Eee.
what would you say is like the major uh, inspiration for your character and your lore?
Honestly, so I'll say Joe Cat was my original inspiration because he's what got me into goblins, and Honey Goblin VTuber is the reason I got into it as as streaming in general as a goblin. As far as you mean like the way a character looks and everything, or just why I'm like doing it in general?
How about both? Uh, what would you say? Like, we'll start off first. First, what would you say is like the main? You say you like Honey Goblin is the main source of your character, like being a goblin. But why else did you want to be a goblin character?
Um, I don't know. It just kind of suits my energy, my craziness. I may not be short, but I am a tall goblin. That is kind of crazy. Funny enough, the name came randomly when I was making a username. I wanted to do something different, so I said Goblicorn, and then it just kind of stuck.
Yeah, a way to seem more unique. A goblin with one horn.
E.
I'm
But it's a little
surprised.
weird. It's not like other horns. It's all curly and not on my forehead
Yeah,
for some reason.
because from the looks of it, it looks like you originally had two horns, but one of them like broke. But I guess it was just the one horn on the side that makes it a little more unique.
Yeah, it's I don't know how that happened. It just did.
So
I was born this way.
I see with your character that you employ like a very I guess we'll go call it an artificer type get up with the gas masks and everything.
Mhm.
Judging by that alone, I assume you work with hazardous gases in your line of work.
Oh, absolutely. Oh boy. Yeah, I also make toxic poisons.
Mm, I see.
That's the part of the business. I don't sell those though. Those are from our experimentation, self-defense. Though I try not to employ them because they're very what's the word? Brutal?
Ah, so a little overkill. It's more of a deterrent, really. Don't screw with the merchant who can make deadly poisons.
Exactly.
I get it. A lot of I've seen a lot of kind of like fantasy tropes that merchants generally tend to have an exceedingly high level of respect. Not so because like they deal in like high class items for adventurers, but they also seem to like keep a lot of the best stuff for themselves. So in the case that they ever try to get mugged, they just pull out one of these exceedingly powerful items and say, "Try me."
Yeah, kinda. I mean, the only problem is I can never catch the Skaven, and sometimes they even enjoy it. So they're a bit harder to work with.
So you say you deal a lot with a Skaven. Do you deal with other races from Warhammer Fantasy, or how's that work?
Well, I'll deal with any race that comes by. They're the most prominent because they're kind of attracted to using the materials, the raw materials I have. But minus that, no, I deal with anybody, really. Anyone who comes in, though I'm kind of out of the middle of nowhere. So when people do come by, they do have to pay pretty high prices, or I'll send them to go do something for me because, you know, it sometimes things are expensive and people really need it. I have to save the world. All right, well, do this thing for me and I'll give you a discount.
Ah, so you follow the trope that you are this very highly accomplished merchant. You're a bit secluded, so there's a little bit more effort to purchasing your wares. And even if they can't afford them outright, they can just do like work for you. So you're like both the merchant and the quest giver.
Yeah, in some cases. Just I do follow a lot of those trips, don't I? And also the guy that gives advice. because I've seen a lot of things, and sometimes it's better to be cautious when people want to rush into wherever they're going to go into and find something that they probably shouldn't disturb.
Yeah. As all adventure tends to be, it's not really an adventure unless there's like some hint of danger to it, if you ask me.
True.
Um. So, along with your selling of high class goods, do you mainly sell to adventurers, or do you also sell to like the other side, like say like not just the let's call it the heroes of the current age against like the demon lord? Do you also sell to like the demon lord's forces? Are you unbiased?
I'm mostly unbiased, but if I see someone who wants to come in and do some bad things, I'll usually up the price or give them the red stuff and keep the good stuff to myself. Considering the fact that I don't want to give out something like I'm not going to give a warmonger blue warpstone to put in some sort of weapon that is, reliable. I'm going to give him the red stuff that he knows normally exists when they don't know where the blue or the green stuff exists usually. And, you know, caution him that if he's not careful, it'll blow up in his face. So I don't want to sell to them, but at the same time, I can't really tell if everyone's a bad guy when they come in. Sometimes they come in acting the same way as everyone else, and then they leave, and I can't tell what they're gonna do with it.
Hmm. The reason I ask is I know a lot of merchants who will sell to both sides because, that's just the best way to do business. But in the same mind, he's not responsible for what they do with the products they purchase. He's just the provider.
I mean, if I know someone's coming in and I know they're going to do something bad with it, I'll tell them no. But more often than not, they have someone else come in for them, just looking for something simple, and then I give it to them, and later on I find out what they've done if they've done something wrong. So I am careful, but you can't. Some people have weird selling tactics or buying tactics. Well, like I said, they'll send someone in that looks innocent enough that has no affiliation with them, and they're just going to pay them extra to just go in and buy it for them.
So you would say you are a little biased to the side of good.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not going to have a demon coming in with six tentacles coming out of like who knows what and going, "Give me Warpstone for power, sir." Sir, you're getting slime all over my floor. Please leave.
True, very true. Okay. So, stepping away from like your work side of things, let's talk about yourself. Um, as a one-horned goblin, do you
Hmm?
possess any sort of powers that a normal goblin wouldn't have, like increased strength and stamina?
Well, my horn is indestructible. Someone's tried to cut it off before, and well, they couldn't. And I think it's what actually helps the purification process. Because there's no other way to purify it besides me.
Hmm. Rare drop acquired.
Yeah. So if someone's looking for that blue or green warpstone, they have to get it from me. There's no other way to get it.
All right.
Besides that, I don't think it has any powers. At least none that I've seen. I don't get in enough danger for it to really do anything.
Well, aside from like the horn, like, do you like what if you had uh certain powers, what would they be?
I do have this weird one since I came back from the warp. It's my words, depending on how much I mean them, can create not so nice effects. For example, if I'm speaking poorly at someone and I truly mean it, the toxic gas will come out and it will poison the room.
Would you say you have a more I don't know what the word would be. Would you say you have more magical control over this gas than you would let on? Like you like say like a toxin kinesis or whatever.
Absolutely no control whatsoever. It's also why I keep a positive attitude. I don't want to hurt someone just by being upset for no reason.
Mm, okay.
I did it once, and I don't think I want to do it again.
So you have like no real um, ability that a normal goblin would have.
Not really. Besides that, I'm maybe being a bit taller and, a bit more tech savvy. Yeah, probably not. Nothing super special.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so with your outside of your character now, uh, you said before why you got into VTubing, being from Honey Goblin and Joe Cat.
Hmm.
Can you go into more detail about that? Like, what really inspired you to like start streaming as a VTuber?
Um, a lot of it was it started off with Honey because that's where my first real step into VTubing was. But the reason I say Joe Cat is because he's what inspired goblins, like my love for them in general. Um, I and it started with, believe it or not, his crap guide to D&D with goblins. After that, like I started looking more into them and really just enjoying them, and then that's where I found Honey Goblin. So I know like where it came from. I even have all of Joe Cat's plushies for all of the little gobbo dudes he has, which hoping he releases more, but because I just got the most recent one in, which is the Bard one, and it has like a little loot it has velcroed on. You could put on different ones. It's so cute. Uh, but um, I've always wanted to stream. I streamed before this, before I had the VTube, but it was faceless. Because I didn't really want people to see my face. Not that I'm ugly or anything. It's just that I just don't care to be judged in that way. So I don't want anyone to. I don't care to show myself, or get doxxed. I think that's the word now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so n- so now I'm in search kind of. So I decided to do it the VTubing route and go this way. And honestly, I think it's one of the best decisions I've made in a while because I've met a lot of really nice people through it. And yeah, it's just a slow start. I did. It's not like I wanted. I had to think about it as in I didn't want to do it for as a job, right? That was not the goal. The goal was to do it for fun. Because if I didn't do it for fun, then I'm not going to enjoy it, and I'm not going to grow properly if I'm only looking and chasing numbers. So I've only done it for fun so far, and like my goal for affiliate, which I got, I think last month before that, was just so I could start getting emotes and channel points for people to redeem, so that everyone have more fun on the stream. It's really all what it's about at the end of the day. It's me meeting people, talking to people, just having fun.
Nice. That's understandable. I know actually quite a decent number of people that, myself included, I've gotten wrapped up in the numbers and like seeing the viewer count. Like I can speak for myself, attest to the kind of mental damage that can do to somebody if they're just looking at the numbers. So it's good that you're coming into this knowing that you might not get big because of it, but you're doing it more for just a hobby.
Yeah, I mean, what's more fun than playing games and talking to random people online who are just nice? Um, my biggest issue is solicitors. Oh my God, solicitors. I actually had to put a rule in for no soliciting, and they would still come. So now it's in the chat if someone joins in that's new.
Yeah. Um, that's why I try to like I try. Do you usually keep like a mod or two around your streams, right? Or do you just do everything yourself?
I have to do it all myself. I have auto mod for the that Twitch provides.
Ah, see, I even if like you don't like have like try to find. I would the only advice I can give to you on that front is try to find a viewer who is very reoccurring, like somebody who just or just even somebody from your own like friend group who watches your streams. Just give I would say have them be a mod because
Mhm.
like usually when you're starting out like it's not really gonna matter who you appoint as mod if as long as they're like reoccurring.
I see. I mean, that's something to think about. I think I have a few that are reoccurring I could probably look into.
Yeah, like I would approach them and say, hey, I see you coming around here a lot. Would you maybe like to be a mod? That kind of
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, 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 I could do that.
Right. Uh, so we know you already said before you mainly do streaming as a hobby. What can we expect from your content? Like, are you gonna be like mainly a variety streamer, or are you gonna cover like a specific genre of games or what have you?
So I'm mostly variety. Excuse me. Um, and I say variety because like I'll play whatever, but I'm gonna schedule it throughout the week. So for instance, um, what is it? This week I did. Was it last week? I did like Potionomics and a few other random games, and this week I did. Wow, I can't even remember what I did this week. I did Dark Souls. I did. Oh, today was an indie game day, but I ended up doing Nightingale, which is a newer game, which bugged out horribly on me. And Sunday I'm gonna be doing like a painting stream. So I'm all over the place. I am not in a single place. I'm just wherever my heart takes me that day.
Yeah, I think that's an extremely good attitude to have. That uh, you just stream whatever you feel like, because you're not like streaming as a job, so you're not like bound to one thing. Like a lot of like super high tier streamers who are only known for one game, play that game for their job. So I think that's a really good way to go about it. Just play whatever you want and make sure you're having fun first and foremost.
Absolutely, because if you're not having fun when you're doing it, I mean, what's the point, right?
Absolutely.
I think the only game that I've played that I'm like right now on because slightly because of your account, slightly because I think I just need people to play with is Helldivers 2, which is a fun game when you have people to play with, but
Hmm.
I think it's a nice casual game.
Yeah.
Minus that, I'll play anything, just about.
Yeah. I'm fully aware. Like Helldivers is just a game you really should not play solo. It's almost like it's nowhere near as good playing solo.
Yeah, there's another game recently that I played. Oh, Lethal Company, you can't play solo either.
No.
As fun as it is, like I mean, you can, but it's a very bad idea.
Yeah, I would say it's a very bad idea. Besides, all the funny things happen like when you like have other people to experience them with.
Oh yeah, like I have a few really good moments from that. I think there was one. I was streaming with you actually in it, where I got someone that did a really good clip of a spider getting someone, and I was freaking out over the spider. Like it is the most fun and most terrifying game at the same time because things will come up on you, and you were just like you jump out of your skin, and then but at the same fashion, you can see someone try and jump over a ledge and fall down, and you hear the and then cut off.
Yeah, it's always the best clips are always come from like those cut off scream moments.
Hey, you okay, buddy? Buddy? Wait, where'd Jerry go?
Jerry, come in. Oh shit, Jerry's dead.
Just the calm. Jerry's not moving. Time to leave.
um, what would you say your comfort game is? Like, if you can't figure out what to play for stream, you can always resort to like a single game to play and just enjoy.
Ah, that's a good one. Cause what is a chill game? Because I'm looking at my list now, and there aren't a lot of games where I just have like that super chill vibe. Usually it's it used to be Dark Tide, but it's kind of run its course. So I guess you're saying comfort, because then I'm like, all right, what's a game that's not stressful?
Well,
Everything I
I
play
don't
is
mean like
stressful.
I don't even mean like the sense of like this is a very cozy game to play. You can just like sit back and relax with it. I mean like a game that you can just even when you're bored, you don't know what to play, you just default to a certain game. Like, say, for an example, I have no idea what to play, but I want to play something. I'm probably gonna default to, like, say, Final Fantasy 14.
Hmm. Um. Funny enough, 14 used to be my game to do that with, but I've kind of. I don't think I have one specifically. Tekken right now, I think is my Tekken 8 is currently mine because that's the game I can go to and just practice if I want. But I would say if I was talking about an overall one that I should probably reinstall just because it's that kind of game would be the newest Spider-Man games, like the PlayStation ones ported to PC.
Yeah.
Because once you get to like after like you can just go to that game and then swing around the city, do nothing else besides swing around the city, and it is the most chill experience. Like you can fight some crime and go back to swinging, and then fight some more crime, find some more collectibles, and just go back to swinging. So I think that would be my comfort game if I need to reinstall it because I've always had that feeling with those. I just have been so scatterbrained recently. I haven't been able to pick one.
I dare say that, uh, jumping on that topic is the newest Spider-Man games from Insomniac captured that feeling just so well, where you could swing around the city for hours just because how good it feels.
Yeah, I what was it? There was a I can't remember which one it was, what the name was. It was an Xbox. Um and yeah, I'm going way back. It was like the original Xbox version. It had a Spider-Man game that was like that. Um because like the newest one you can do that and the I think it was just the Superior Spider-Man or something. I'll have to look it up. But it was one I remember with Venom in it and it was kind of the same thing. It was just swing around the city and chill. Like I think I spent like a few hours at a time as a kid just going around the city doing nothing but that because it was just fun to do.
Right, right.
But I do
I,
want to play the new Spider-Man though.
I do recommend them. They are genuinely very good.
I need a PlayStation 5 first. Unless they want to port it sooner for me.
True. Let's see here. In terms of your streaming hobby, where do you see yourself in a couple of years? Maybe a year now, a year or two.
Um, I see myself kind of doing at least more with it. Like I do know I'm going to be getting my official 2D model within the year. My hope is that I can get at least 100 subscribers by the end of the year. Do I think that'll happen? Maybe, maybe not. I'm on a slow growth process right now, so maybe by next year, if not this year. But I'm on a very slow grow process, and I'm hoping that's where I can get because I'm going to talk to. There's another creator I'm going to be talking to tomorrow to kind of get some tips and hints on shorts and some other things. But today, like, if I'm looking for the end of this year, that's my goal. And at the end of next year, that'll be as well. But I think the other thing is as well. I just want to have like animated emotes next for short-term goals, and just some extra things that I can do on stream that aren't just skip video games. Like I have a debut I got to plan, the and then like I said, getting this a 2D model and some other fun stuff and just adding to it as I go. Like the longer I do this, the more I want to add, so the more that I can have viewers like see and do extra things. Because I think that's what it's about at the end of the day, is having the viewers have something to do. And then the more subscribers I get, the more I can emotes I can add and other things I can add just for more interactivity.
I see. That's good. Because I feel like, I guess this leads straight into the next question. Um, After the pandemic hit for COVID, we saw like a massive spike in like VTubers and streamers in
Mm-hmm.
general. Um, how do you, f- what do you think the current state of VTubing is?
I think it's more normalized now. I say that, but then I also talk to a lot of people and I go, "Hey, do you know what VTubing is?" When I try and bring up the subject of, trying to get some friends and family to support, and they're like, "No, what's that?" And um, I think streaming is in itself is, I don't want to say niche, but I think streaming in of itself isn't something like that your normal everyday person currently thinks about. It's more what when they think streamer live streaming, they're thinking live news feed or live sports. They're not thinking of someone entertaining someone else through a live feed. And I think that it's growing, it's getting bigger, but for the VTubing scene specifically, I think the VTubing scene is getting much bigger, and I think it's a better space for it than it is for normal streaming because you can see someone play a game and just stare at them watching on the screen. But when it comes to like the VTuber scene, like I said, there's more things that it's more interactive. There's more things you can do with a VTuber and as an audience member than you can do with a normal. There's more you can see. There's more you can hear, and there's more unique things that pop up from it. So the state of it, I mean, I think it's in a good state. We're seeing a lot of it, and we're seeing those who are sticking around. Because I think last year I saw nothing but like a lot of like graduation posts, and I'm not seeing that many this year, even though the scene's still growing. So I think the people who really want to be here are actually staying, especially now that things are normalizing and people are going back out more and more. So in my honest opinion, it's stabling out to where the people who are going to be doing it are going to be doing it.
Right? Because the reason I ask is I've been seeing like just a crap load of drama and people just like kind of backing away from VTubing as a whole because we
Mm-hmm.
have like there's the whole Niji Sanji thing, the
Mm-hmm.
like people are just like not finding the streaming thing fun anymore. Like I think
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with you that right now we're in a pretty good spot in terms of VTubing. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
However, I kind of have a hot take on the current state of things, and I'm I don't know if I'm gonna get some heat for this or not, but probably not
Go
because
for
it's
it.
kind of like I think
Go.
like almost all, and I do mean almost all of like the top rated VTubers are all uh, female presenting VTubers. I would really love to see like
Mm-hmm.
more and more attention be given to like some like mid to like very like low uh, male VTubers who are genuinely trying to put like their names out there as a streamer because
Mm-hmm.
we always see the same names pop up like Cinder, Iron Mouse, all those like massive named VTubers. Like,
Yeah. No, no, I agree. I think so maybe I'm weird because I follow anyone I just enjoy. So like someone who I've been following recently and been getting to kind of know is, well, actually one person that I just saw recently that gives a lot of like advice and they've just been kind of nice and chill is Cabal. And Cabal's Cabal's kind of cool because they're very genuine, at least what it seems like from their talk. And then also Heavenly Father, who I don't watch them specifically, but I do know that they've been in a lot of Russian Badger videos. And I didn't realize they were a VTuber until I looked, and I had seen them before and didn't realize who they were. So you're talking about male wise, yeah, the male half of the spectrum doesn't get as much attention, but honestly, sometimes some of them are more fun to see and view. I think they just haven't hit their stride where someone's noticed them yet. But you'll see unique things all over the place. But you're right, you will see a lot of like Iron Mouse and stuff. But I think that's part for the course when it comes to fame, until they die down or until they like are slowing down. We're not going to see much of other ones. Iron Mouse is just good entertainer at this point. I don't know who else would be like. I don't know. I'm seeing slow growth through a few sectors. Like the really low sector, like for those where you see around consistent like 10 to 15 viewers. I think I'm starting to see a lot of those sectors grow. So like where they're starting to get 30 or plus, but it's like takes a year or so. So I don't know, maybe the streaming scene is starting to slow down. But hopefully, we'll see a shift because we all know the internet may be forever, but nothing ever stays the same.
No, not in the slightest. And I do think the VTuber scene is still kind of oversaturated, not as much as it was, but it's still like a little oversaturated. It's very hard to like get noticed or known.
Hmm.
So I would say like that's like a major component to like why some people like graduate is as this they kind of bought into the VTuber thing, thinking they would explode just because VTuber like is a thing. Like wow, I can
Hmm.
be the anime character on playing games and explode.
Right.
I think that's kind of been that illusion has been kind of broken for a while, and we're starting to see like people just using VTubing as like not like
Apologize. You may be hearing this. You may be hearing the snotling in the background. He's my son. My apologies.
No, you're all right. You're right. We are seeing like people just using VTubing as like just their way of streaming and not just doing it because it's trendy. Because I used to know a few people a couple years back that wanted to become a VTuber just because like they saw the VTubers were trending and it was very very popular.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe it. I just find it weird that that's a trend following thing, and I say that because it's a big investment, like of time and money,
Oh yeah.
just to follow a trend.
Yeah. Especially like when you start out like buying like a straight up 3D model, like what you're doing now is like, using primarily a PNG. I would say that's the best way to start out. But some people like me who probably should have waited more just straight out bought a fucking 2D model.
Funny enough, I was watching clips from Shy Lily,
Mm-hmm.
and I took a lot of advice on how I started from Shy Lily. Um, Shy Lily she was very honest about it, about how she started and everything. She said that because it was during the pandemic, she had started as well, and she said that she started with the PNG. She goes, "Do not, please, dear God, do not quit your day job. Like you don't know if you're going to get big. It is a luck thing. You will get lucky. That's all it is." And I go, "That's true." And like the more she talked about it, the more I thought about it. And then she said, "I started off as a PNG. I learned Blender and started off that way. Do not like." She says, "If you're going to do this, do it and make sure you like it first. Don't just jump into it." And I took that advice. I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna do it that way because if I didn't like it, why jump into it and spend the money? So she's the reason why I'm doing it this way, making sure I enjoy it first. I remember enjoying it when I first did it with faceless, not faceless VTubing, but like faceless streaming. But then I'm like, you know what? Let me try it this way, and I had fun. Like I had a serious amount of fun just like playing online, even if no one showed up. Because one, I like to talk, and two, if someone showed up and they wanted to talk to me, that was great. It was a great feeling. So now I'm getting that more often, just because I'm, trying to be more consistent and be seen. But now, I am getting a model now from, as you might know, I'm going to be getting a model from Foxus, and I'm just, after seeing and doing all this, I'm really excited that I, waited and did it in this way because there's people out there who might have buyer's remorse, who have graduated and are done. So those and but that's a life decision that you make. As long as you didn't quit your job for it, then you shouldn't feel too bad.
Absolutely, heavily agree. Don't quit your day job to be a fucking VTuber. It
Please
usually
don't.
isn't worth it.
No, I like taking advice from those who are real. Like those who don't give you the bullshit. They're not the ones who say you're gonna fail, but I mean the ones who be like, don't do this. You don't know if this is gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like who are like serious and like this is how I started. Don't do this way or that way.
Yeah. So, this is kind of like a personal question.
Go
Is
for it.
like, is there a VTuber out there doesn't like in that you could say I collabed with this person. I could end my career as a VTuber now, and I would be happy. I don't know if I phrased the question like well.
I think you know what you mean. Like having the one stream with the one like celebrity and just being done. Like that's it. I'm good. Moral victory kind of thing, right?
Yeah, like this is I was able to do this. If I ended my career now, I would be happy with it because I achieved this.
Um, hmm. I can't say there is, and the reason is I kind of enjoy it too much. Like if I'm looking at a goal setting where I'm like, okay, this is good. There isn't one. Like there may be I just really enjoy doing it in general. So I don't have a moral victory for it because my moral victory is just doing it. If I quit tomorrow, then I'd be happy with what I've done. But I don't have any like I don't have an end point right now where I can say that because I'm just enjoying what I'm doing as I'm doing it.
The reason I ask because uh
Mm.
I do have one of those VTubers that if I collab with, would nothing would I don't think anything would ever top that. If I were because I am a major massive fan of Zentreya from V Shoujo.
Oh, Zen.
If I ever had the chance to collab with her and we had a lot of fun to collab, I could end my VTuber career after that and I would say I accomplished this. It was well worth it, and I'll be happy to stop there.
See, yeah, I just honestly, personally, I still I don't have anyone particular I could feel that way about. Because I do it mostly for me. Now, mind you, if I did, if I had someone I would really want to try to get to know to kind of do a collab with, it would probably be Vexoria. And I say that because, um, and I am doing one with the. As a matter of fact, I'm actually doing one on the one I'm doing on Sunday. It's a collab with a creator I highly admire. So, um, part of that, like, oh, cool, mission accomplished. You know what I mean? Like, I've got like that'll be a milestone for me. But the reason I say Vixoria is because she's another reason I really jumped into it. She is a VTuber who has I don't know. I feel like there's some similarities that she's gone through, whatever she's been through. She's a VTuber who has two kids, an older one and a younger one, and I same as me. And one has uh is it ASD, just like one of my kids does. So it's just one of those like okay, I can kind of resonate with that, and she seems pretty chill, like just like a chill creator and someone who just wants everyone to be happy. So that would be someone who I'd like have a dream collab with. But minus that, the other dream collab I'm having Sunday. So there, mind you, it's not a like the creator isn't like top 1% or anything like that. They average about I think when I started watching they're averaging like 12 to 13 people per and now they're like averaging like 30 35, which is great, but they're just fun to watch the stream on. And then now I get to, do a collab with them. And I talk to them every now and again on Discord. And I think it's really fun to. I like listening to certain VTubers and stuff just because they're chill, they're cool. This one in particular, Scissors Runner on Sunday, is a art streamer, and I love her art. She's done. I've had some commission pieces, and it'll be a moral victory. Victor me. No, more, a moral
Tongue tied
victory.
there.
I'm gonna use that for now. Victor me, because I am Victor. Ugh ugh. No, Zug Zug. There we go. But just because I really enjoy watching her content and she's interactive and stuff, and I'm actually talking. I think the person I'm talking to tomorrow is pretty chill as well. I just started listening to their stuff, but they just want to help everyone, and are really cool about it. So just jumping into communities, talking to these people that I admire, and then being able just to talk to them, I think is good enough for me. And then if they give me some advice along the way, I'm more than happy to take it.
Right. I think it's always great to find advice wherever you can. Always be learning. Try to learn something. Uh, you can be something very minute, like like increase your bitrate to this to make your streams just a little bit better. Even if it's something small, I would definitely take advice.
Oh yeah, it's. I've even not even just taken advice from, but like if a streamer does something, I'll try to mirror it in a way. Like recently, Sisters did a thing where she changed all of her soundboard stuff away from sound, like whatever sound system she was using, and put it on Twitch so it worked faster and better. And I'm like, you know what? I saw a video on that, and I was thinking about doing it, but I didn't. But then I ended up seeing this person doing it. Like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it myself so I can actually get these things. It took me a while, but it's definitely worth it. Sound alerts is not my favorite. it it would not let me take it. I had to ban it from my chat so I could stop coming up with a message that a sound alert had been played. Like, because it would do like the Twitch version. Oh, this many points was spent on this thing, and then sound alerts would be like, oh, someone spent something. Like, no, sound alerts, shut up. I don't need you in there. So I'm glad I got rid of that. But that's just following the example of someone else. Something I should have done, but it's seeing it kind of gives me more motivation at the end of the day.
Right. And that's the key factor, I would say, is motivation. What is your motivation? What makes you want to press that go live button and talk out of your ass for like two hours plus? Like some
Oh yeah.
people, a lot of people like just struggle with that kind of motivation. Um, like take me for example. I know this is like an interview show. I have to interact with my
Go ahead.
guest, but like I work a full-time job. I work for like a full 40 hours a week, and when I
Hmm.
get home, I just want to kick back and relax. I don't want to like have to put in the effort to like be entertaining for my audience. So I should stream more. I really should, but I sometimes it's just like, nah, I don't feel like it.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. I work a 40-hour a week job, and I do the same thing though. But a lot of times, I I guess I'm a little different because I just like talking a lot and interacting with people. So I like, what is it? My better half. When I started working at a call center, and I would talk for, 8 hours a day to people, like customers, and trying to get things resolved. And then after talking for 8 hours, I would come home and continue to talk for the rest of the time home. And I would, when you talk to people who work at a call center, a lot of them are like, "Man, I talk so much here. I don't talk at all when I get home." I go, "That, yup, it's rough. You're talking all day, and then you don't want to talk." And in my head, I'm like, "I don't shut the hell up."
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the thing where I struggle with. I was like, I'm not much of a talker, really. Like, you get me on a subject I'm interested in, I will like engage with the conversation. But
Mhm.
otherwise, I'm perfectly content to just let somebody else have the floor and listen to them and respond like with whatever they have to say. Like, it's kind of like I wanted to start this show is that I could learn as much as about somebody as I can
Mhm.
and listen to them.
Absolutely. Listen, it's for me, I'm just a jabberbox. So I think it's different for everyone, like what you do and how you do it. I've seen it where I've seen some art streams, not recently, but I've seen some art streams where the artist didn't feel like talking that day. Maybe had a sore throat, so they just typed in chat instead. Um, like, oh, maybe. Oh, my brain just died. I had a thought, then it just kind of went out. Um, Maybe because I saw one of my achievements as I'm talking, and it said 69% of players. I go, nice.
Nice.
But I like making jokes and just talking. I think one thing is because there was a short where the person just said, "Just keep talking. Think of anything in your head. Just keep talking." I'm like, I mean, I can't do that, but what I can do is like I can get real sometimes. Like I can get really real. Like sometimes it's more of a um like a stop moment. Like, oh snap! Like I'll talk about real world events or things that I've thought about throughout the day that have really gotten to me. Now, mind you, it's how you approach it as well that can be kind of iffy, but I speak my mind and I speak through a point of I don't want to say wisdom because I think that's a bad term for it, but it's kind of what I feel. It's just a term of this is what I feel and this is what I believe without getting, too rough and tumble about it. Like um advice, I guess. Like you just think yes, imagine you something happened that day and you want to give your advice on it. Why not give advice on it? Just talk about it. Or just talk about games and stuff. Whatever you like. Just rambling about the things you like. That's what I do. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm just rambling on. I just keep talking and I just don't shut up for some reason. God help me, is there an off switch?
Yes.
uh like recently I started playing Dark Souls. Going back to it. I hated it when I first played it. But now I'm going back and playing it and I'm figuring some things out. I'm loving it. Like, holy crap. I want to just keep playing it, but I have responsibilities, so I can't.
The life of an adult. It sucks.
Yeah,
But
like,
the reason I do like kind of bring that up is because a lot of people just can't like don't really have that ability to like just jabber on like as
mm,
for like hours on end. Like they don't have that ability to just spew verbal diarrhea at every little thing they see on screen because
mm.
like some people a lot more like me are a lot more like reserved and they'll answer questions from like their chats. They'll like comment on stuff they see in the game, but they can't do that like constantly.
I think that's a way to kind of combat that is playing a game that you like and then talking about it, or getting on a subject that you are interested in and then going on about it. Because if you're willing to go on about something you like or enjoy, other people will be gravitated toward that and talk about it as well, or at least bring up something on the subject. Like if I'm a huge Warhammer nerd, right? So I'm gonna compare stuff to Warhammer all the time. And when I'm playing Total War Warhammer, I'm gonna make fun of all the other races and stuff. I think someone recently in a Discord was like, "Oh, I someone played Eldar." So I go filthy knife ear because they're basically space elves, and they're like, "What?" Like it the things that you enjoy, just go blabber on about. Like, ooh, oh, and about this thing about this game, or this thing about this game. Like, I could talk to you for 15 minutes straight about Power World and things I like and dislike about it, and why I stopped playing it. And it wasn't anything to do with the game itself. It was part to do with the game itself, but it's more of my friends out leveled me and then were trying to help me, and I'm like, no, I lost out on the experience of leveling with them and learning things with them, and we're just given things, so I lost interest. Or I didn't get how it bugged on me today. You stupid piece of I just bought the game for 30 some odd dollars and it bugged me. I can't get out of the tutorial. I'm stuck. Help me. Like,
I do think that in a game like Pal World, that is a little bit of like a detriment. That like, if you're playing with friends, you always have that fear that they're gonna get on, like, play the game without you, and then outscale
hmm,
you. Then you don't have that like
hmm.
feeling of growing together. It's kind
I
of why I don't tend to stick with those like survival games As much as
Mm.
as much as I love Pal World, I think it's a phenomenal game. It's also like I don't want to have to keep starting a new game to play
Right.
with people
I did.
who are just gonna go do their own thing anyway.
We had like a group like gathering place for Power World to begin with, and then we had to restart like 3 times because the servers kept crashing and all this other crap at the beginning. I also started losing interest in that from that point. But like then we went past that, and then I don't know. I was just like, well, y'all got really far ahead of me. I'm kind of done. So it just I think it just needs a lot more time to polish before I go back to it, kind of thing. At least right now.
Another rather
Yes.
one of the harder question, more of a he, yeah, this is a harder question is to ask. Um,
Mm-hmm.
do you
Good.
think I'm giving I'm trying to like think of how I want to word this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's possible, like, for VTubers to date each other without having drama or airing their dirty laundry out to each other?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. It's just kind of it's like any relationship, right? It when it's just it's just two people who enjoy each other's company. Drama, I hear of drama in VTubers communities every now and again, but I personally don't engage in it because more thinking of like, do I think this person's chill or not? And I'm like not trying to get something out of it. Like I want to say Nikto is a good example of a someone who I've seen on the scene who's like he just wants everyone to be genuine, and his significant other is also just streaming, and they're pretty great. As far as I understand, I don't know them personally, so I can't say anything. But I've talked to both of them, and they're both very genuine people. So I think it just depends on the people themselves. It's never about what you do; it's how you go about it. Like if you have someone that you like who also streams, and maybe you do a few collabs together, or maybe you just get to talk to them off screen and start to like as long as like you're not as long as you're just being genuine, I think is what's the important thing. Once you stop being genuine and start doing it for anything in the relationship for not not nefarious reasons, that's the wrong word. I keep thinking that, but like personal gain, I guess, when you're doing it only for yourself, like whatever you're doing um from that scene as a personal gain thing, that's when it becomes a problem. Like when you're just using the other person. But if it's a genuine relationship where you're just trying to get along with someone and you're not trying to gain clout from it, I think it shouldn't be a problem. But again, it depends on the person. Then if there's the most drama that's going to happen is maybe like if something goes wrong and it ends, right? Because there's always two sides to a story. But that's an if. And if you're really living life, that shouldn't be that hopefully that shouldn't be a thing that comes up, right? Like it's the same thing with two people in friend circles. If a couple breaks up, then yeah, there's gonna be turmoil. There's gonna be all the same stuff that comes with a breakup. But it being in a two people who are streaming sense, the difference is there's those people have more influence. They're influencing others to kind of see one side or the other. So it can get messy in that instance. But then again, that's in a breakup instance or someone that just has a problem with the other. But if everyone's open up and open honest relationship should never be a problem. Like just talk to each other. But it's very complicated. But that would be my thought on it.
Right. Um. Wow, I just drew a massive fucking blank on what I wanted to ask. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to do more episodes of these, like trying to hold a conversation for like 22 hours or so.
I just talk a lot,
I
dude.
know, I know. I gotta. It's also on me. I gotta come up with more questions. Um,
No, You're good. Listen, just one step at a time. There's no rush. There's like no there's there's always a chance to meet again if you're out of questions or out of time. Like I'm not hard to work with, and I'm not gonna make things hard on you going by like, well, this is fun. We'll never do this again.
No. I definitely plan on asking like people to come back and do like another episode. But oh yeah, well here's a question. Um, if you were given the choice to have merchandise for your channel or character, what would you be more favorable for?
Hmm, that's a good question. That is a good question. Hmm. You know what I would do? I would I know it sounds weird. It'd be one, it'd be plushies because plushies are cool. But two, I would make like at least 3D models or something of the items that I would air quotes sell in the shop, and I would make those a thing. So for instance, I would make the health freshener. I would make it a thing and then maybe sell it as like an actual incense burner or something like that. That had like maybe like red RBG lights in it. So like when the smoke came out, it looked like it was red smoke for healing. Something like that. Like that would be something I would like to do and be creative about and think of something like, would it sell well? Probably not. But if it sold one, I would be happy.
Mama Fallon in chat like would love like a tiny goblin figure.
Oh, a goblin figure?
Yeah.
Hmm. Like yeah, I can see a plushie, but you know what? Goblin figure would work well, like a bobblehead.
Yeah, like a little bobblehead or like a Warhammer mini of your character.
Oh my god, that now you're giving me ideas because I'm starting to. I got Blender recently, and I haven't really gotten into learning it yet, but I plan on learning some of it. I could make a 3D printable model. I could make a 3D printable Goblicorn. That would be cool.
Anything
Oh,
having
and
to
that
do with art would be a major thing with me. I want like a poster. I want like stickers. I would do a plushie. I would even like make my own plushie design. I think
get it.
let's
Good.
be honest, anybody would want a plushie of themselves. Let's be honest.
True. You should get stickers, get little stickers of some art, and just start slapping it in random places. Like, go to Target, slap it on the counter, then they can't remove it. Slap it on a few other places throughout the store for people to see.
And
Slap
like
it on the gas station.
and like put like a little tiny URL like, "Hey, this is my stream."
Exactly. Just slap it everywhere, and someone goes, "What the hell is this?" And they go look up, they go, "Oh, that's kind of cool." That's advertisement.
That's
That's advertising.
that is indeed that's the best kind of advertising.
Just whack, whack. Just slap it on everywhere. Hopefully you'll get something.
Absolutely. That sounds like a great idea.
I mean, just I joke about the gas stations because they used to have like the dumb Joe Biden stickers on the gas stations,
Oh my
and
god.
like don't defame like that. That's just silly. And then I just suggest doing the same thing for streaming. huh.
Is Here's another question.
Yeah.
It's more gaming related.
Yeah.
So 2024 is shaping up to be an extremely massive year for gaming with all the good stuff coming out. What are
Mhm.
you most excited for?
What am I most excited for? Shadow of the Erd Tree right now. I don't know anything else that's coming out this year besides that. Do I have anything on wish list that might be? Let me actually check my wish list real quick. Diddy dum dum. Oh, Avowed. That's supposed to be coming out this year too. That looks good. But mostly Shadow of the Erd Tree. I know it's a big AAA game, but I don't know what to. Oh, wait, is Hades 2 coming out this year?
No, I don't believe so. As
Let's
far as
say
I know,
if
we
Hades
just
2
got like an announcement trailer. We don't really have like a I don't
like a
think we have
date.
a date. No.
That's fine. I mean, honestly, Honestly, Shadow of the Earth Tree looks so damn good. I see, like, it just looks so good, and it's getting like it's part of the reason, understanding, like, keep hearing more and more about it, that I'm going to be doing, like, that I'm doing Dark Souls and stuff like that to kind of get more into the Soulsborne stuff. Though my Bloodborne will be Lies of P until they port Bloodborne onto the PC.
I don't think they'll ever port Bloodborne to PC. I don't think there's
then
no way of that happening. It's
then
sad
Lies
to
of P
say.
it is.
Liza P it is.
Mm, Lies of Pinocchio or Lies of P. Nope, not gonna say that. This is PG-13. Just kidding. Um,
I mean, no, it's not. This is a fucking radio. This is a adults only stream. I do not allow minors into my stream.
Got it. Yeah, Lies of P. I'll just leave it at that. Lies of Tenacious D. Though I do. Jack Black's gonna be in the new what do you call it? The new Borderlands movie. And I think he's gonna be Claptrap.
Oh
But
yeah.
I'd be disappointed if he is Claptrap,
I kind of
unless he can do the Claptrap voice.
I kind of memed on the Borderlands movie, uh, a little bit. Like I kind of memed on like them choosing Kevin Hart for Roland. Like you chose somebody who could probably fit inside a Claptrap unit to be Roland. Like like no hate to Kevin Hart, but goddamn, that's funny casting.
It's because he's big and he's gonna draw attention to it. I mean, he might be able to do it, but the problem is he's a one-note actor from what we've seen.
I don't think I wouldn't say he's a one-note actor. I think he's very talented. He's a very well-accomplished comedian.
That he is. I'll give him that. He does have a lot of high accomplishments for his comedy. I'm not a fan of it personally, but I've seen some funny things he has done. But at the same time, I don't know. I look at it and I go, we'll wait and see. That's kind of gonna always be my thought process. We'll wait and see. Who knows? It could surprise me. But I'm not. I'm not gonna. I'm not look. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not jumping for joy, nor am I raging. I'm just like here waiting to see what happens.
I'm kind of I get very cautious when it comes to video game slash anime movies, because more than like say 70% of the time they end up being hot garbage.
Hmm.
So like I was actually like exceedingly surprised when I watched like the Sonic the Hedgehog movie and finding out it was actually really good.
You know what they did with that movie?
Yeah, they actually
They
listened to people.
Well, yeah, because originally they had it where they animated it where it was a very poor animation. A lot of people complained, so they pushed the movie's release date back 6 months to fix it, and then they re-released it the way that everyone asked for.
And yeah, that's how it should be.
It is like you should probably show more concept art to fans if you really want things to succeed. Honestly,
You know what? That's a great way of like looking at it. Like show off like early stuff, like let fans say things about it. Get some early comments.
Mm.
Okay.
yeah. I mean, the world is changing, and then Hollywood kind of is having a hard time changing with it. I
Absolutely.
think that's a problem.
I
That's a
would
big problem.
dare say that um, Hollywood nowadays is failing significantly. And this is probably mainly just my like worldviews, but they're catering to certain people and it's not working out well for them at all. And a lot of people are just really sick of it.
They're catering. Believe it or not, they're catering to China, and I know that because a lot of movies, even Disney's Mulan was a big one, where they were careful to make sure that the Chinese audience would accept it, because if they don't, they're missing out on the most populated country to bring in sales. So they have to kind of think about those kinds of things when they set it up. Do I think it's right? No, they shouldn't be catering to certain countries. But like, this is why I appreciate hell of a boss in Hazbin Hotel because they kept their guns and stuck with what they wanted to do. And when it got released, it actually worked and made Amazon a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money, which means that it's kind of showing that, stop catering to one audience or another and just kind of do what you want and let these creators do what they want, be creative. And then maybe, obviously small tweaks here and there, but nothing like what you're normally used to marketing because the world is changing and your studies have to change with it in order for you to succeed.
Yeah. The reason I bring this up is because I watched a video about like the writing for the Borderlands series
Mm.
has not changed. It has not grown with its audience. It still thinks it's very like 2012 writing when the people who originally played Borderlands are a lot older now, so your writing needs to grow with your audience, and
Hmm.
they're failing at
Yeah.
that phenomenally. It's kind of why
Yeah.
Borderlands 3 a lot of people consider like the worst out of the three games.
Yeah, they kept trying to go with the jokes, and the jokes just kind of kept falling short. So it was like, eh.
I'm just
So I think that's part of the reason.
I'm just gonna call it what it is. It's millennial writing.
Millennial writing.
It's millennial writing.
I'm a millennial technically. um, yeah, it can be. I mean, it can be. That original time frame of joking was kind of like that. Like it really was, but now it's kind of changed a bit. It's gotten a bit better. It like in certain areas, like that kind of joking. You're right. The writing didn't change, but it kind of teetered off. You know what I mean? Like that type of writing it isn't entertaining anymore.
No, not at all. And I think like some massive changes needed to be made to like make Borderlands stand out again, because right now it doesn't. It's a joke of what it used to be.
I I think the series should do what I think the series should do what Halo should have done after Halo 3 or after Halo Reach, I should say. When they were handing off the gauntlet to someone else, they should have just ended it. When Bungie handed off the reins to 343, they should have just been like, "Cool, we're done." Like instead of handing over the reins, just be like, "Game done," because it was at its peak, it was at a good spot, and then handing it over just caused it to kind of go downhill. I That's my thoughts on it. Others may think differently, but honestly, after Reach, which is the last game Bungie did, it just fell off very hard, and Reach was really good. So then sometimes games should just kind of like just like let it die. Let it die in success. Gears of War is kind of the same way. Gears of War 4 was actually good, but that was a new studio. But Gears of War 3 was peak, and that's when they changed studios, and they should have just left it there. That's my opinion on that.
Right. I think right now I want to kind of throw the floor to the chat. Chat, do you currently have any questions for Gobbly that you would like answered? Just remember, we gotta keep our questions TOS friendly and try not to bring up like social politics.
Yeah, and you can't ask me what my horn size is. I haven't measured it yet. It's kind of awkward because it's at a curve, the way it is. So I have to kind of, it's like a ram's horn. So, measuring tape is hard to find in like medieval magical Europe. Is it a magical Europe? It's not even Europe. What is the name of my world domain? It's Terentia. That's what it is.
We have special tools to measure horns specifically.
We
We,
ram's horns, right?
we first get the ruler to judge our height, and then we get a special ruler to measure horns.
Oh, I see. I see. Mm. Nice little.
That's a.
Yeah, I see. I see what you did there. Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink.
What do you mean? It was a say. It's a say so tool. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll just get a piece of string, and then kind of go along the whole length, and then measure it afterwards. That'll be accurate, right?
That yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty accurate. Pretty accurate.
I definitely won't add on to that.
Okay, so like until like chat like gets their question ready. Here's one. Um,
Mhm.
going back to your character as a whole,
Yep.
how would you upgrade yourself? Like, say you're hitting you hit an evolution standpoint. Like kind of like Pokemon in that regard. You hit a new threshold level. It is time for you to evolve. How would you evolve?
I thought about this, and I don't know. I am so enamored with my design and as it is, and everything about the character that I can't. I do. I think the only thing I needed, and I'm getting it with Fox is going to be drawing it up, is a fox friend, who was also warp touched, and is a little bit different in regards like they're not your normal fox. So that would be the only thing that I would have or need differently. Besides that, I love my design. I love everything, like the clothes I wear, the hair color, the horn. I don't see myself being able to upgrade right now. As is, I am just happy. Like I can't even think of a different change of clothes because I like what I got so much. So I can't think of any, if I'm being honest.
So, as an artist myself, I could probably point you in a few directions where you could potentially evolve your design. And going through your Twitter account real quick to find. So,
Oh no, not Twitter. Oh no.
well, unless you have some major sus shit.
No, I don't have anything sus. That's just me joking around.
Well, except for this one thing you reposted with a, I would say like an orc or troll woman. It's kind of,
Orcs are hot.
I mean, you're not wrong, not in the slightest.
What's this? Ooh,
God damn, why can't I find a good picture of you? Maybe I gotta go to your ref sheet that's pinned. There we go.
yeah. I
So,
don't have very many like full body stuff. I think my best one is actually hold on. Let me share with you my favorite.
Well, since your um, ref sheet is safe for work, I don't really have an issue showing this.
Just sent you my. This is my favorite piece of work that I've gotten done. I just sent that to you in Discord.
Ah, there we go.
Like this is my first commission I got with me in it, and it is by far my favorite. But the reference sheet, it was done by Arius Seraph, and they're actually quite great. They're quite nice. They designed everything the way I asked for. They made a lot of suggestions that so we could kind of get into the right spot and make sure that we were both happy with it, and I was definitely happy with it.
So, on the screen right now, we have your ref sheet design, and
Mm-hmm.
it is very, very nice. Let's just start that out right. What can I say to like maybe improve design as an evolution? Right now you've kind of got a biker look going on with like the leather jacket.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say you hit a point where you improve your creation and mercantile to a new degree, and your outfit starts to get more steampunky. Like you get like
Maybe.
brass, like a brass plated coat. You get a little more fur on the collar. Perhaps
You know
some.
what's funny?
What's up?
Um, the design for the coat was inspired by Squall from Final Fantasy VIII, like the tops and bottoms.
I can absolutely see it, and like the thing the dead giveaway is this little this little skirt you have on your belt. That gives it away.
I love it. The bones and stuff, like all the bird skulls, is just something that I'm big on. I'm big on pewter and bird skulls and stuff like that.
Another thing I would probably add is like taking like kind of liberties from Victor from League of Legends and give you like uh maybe mechanical arms that help you with your crafting.
Maybe I could always use some extra helping hands.
Perhaps your hair could get a little bit longer, but you don't want to like keep it like unkempt, so you like put it in a ponytail. Just your outfit just gets more refined, shows that you've grown as an alchemist, a crafter, like perhaps even
Hmm.
more like canisters of just straight warp energy hanging from your belt.
That'd be cool. Uh, 1 second. Oh, that'd be neat. I could see something like that. If you don't mind, I do have to say though, I may actually have to skedaddle because I am being called away. So
Okay.
I apologize for the brief what's the word I'm looking for? The the quick pause. But I will have to step away, and I don't know how long I'm going to be away for.
Okay. We'll wrap this episode up then.
Okay.
So we'll ask like just like the last couple of questions, like just doing. Where can people find you on? Where can people find you on social media and your Twitch info? Where do you stream?
Twi Twitch is, oh god, I stream usually 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And on Thursday nights 8 a.m. to, or sorry, 8 p.m. to like whenever, maybe midnight or later. And then Friday mornings, as well. Friday mornings and Fridays. Find me on Twitter, and I even got a YouTube I just started. So it's all at TheGoblicorn. So, you can find me there in any spot that you need. So I should have all the links on my Twitch channel too. So if you go there, you go to my about and you find me.
Yep, I have found your Twitch channel. I have found your Twitter, and I found your YouTube, and they are all being posted in the chat for the viewers to check out. Chat, please do give Goblicorn some love and appreciation. As the first guest for the Guild Hall, he has done a phenomenal job in answering questions and giving as much detail as he can. He's quite a very talented natural speaker.
Thank you.
Uh,
And it's also also glad to be here. Thank you for having me as your first guest, the first and the best. No, I'm kidding.
the first and the best. We started out strong here on the Guild Hall, and I must say, you are, and I dubbed thee into the Guild Hall. Congratulations. We have set you to the role of artificer for the Guild Hall.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you. I will make great contributions for your establishment.
As expected, you will do the Guild Hall a magical service. All right, chat. Thank you all very much for being here. We're gonna try to do one of these every week if I can, or if I have a hard time finding guests, maybe bi-weekly. We'll see. But once again, I will be posting the full VOD onto YouTube once I get it all situated. And any advice you want to give to me about making this show better, I would greatly appreciate it. So I will see you all at a later time. Have a good night,
See you
all.
later.
Jesus Christ, I really need to get an end screen. I'm so fucking bad at this. Uh, uh, Raid. Oof. All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Mm.
And that is that.
Awesome. That was fun. Thank you.
No problem. I'm glad you could be here.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry to cut it short, but I do have to go. So I will talk to you later, my dude.
Yep. Have a nice night.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.